an idiot. And you know what they say about opinions, right?
Well, I don't give a damn. They like,
don't you even start your stuff.
Girl, come on. I don't give a damn. I'm ready.
You always ready. You stay ready because you ain't got to get ready.
You already know. Because it's about what? To each his own.
Shit. All right. Cheers. Hey, guys. I know we're doing a little bit different this week. We are coming to you virtually. Welcome to another episode of To Each His Own podcast. Oh, hold on. We don't have to go big. So you know we're not. Welcome to another episode of To Each His Own podcast. I am one of your lovely hosts, Miss Lomax.
And it is I, Sunkissed_Child.
This is I. And together we are.
To each his own. I always do that.
You lucky we not face to face.
The wine was calling me.
You know I got a little whiskey. Shut up. Shout out to whiskey. So, bitch, what's going on? So, guys, yes, this is actually our first virtual episode. Our first one. I'm actually kind of it's a little different, but I'm a little excited because I think I get excited about different. So it is what it is. So cheers. We are big. This is episode 17. Yes, cheers. Episode 17. First episode back for the new year 2022, bitch. Yes, the New Year's wasn't New Year's in, but New Year's just did New Year's this year. New Year's just didn't. I was lit. You know what? I was limitedly lit. I'll say that. Like I was lit, like physical wise, but like inebriated wise, no, I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't. Well, I really wasn't. Like I had a drink next to me, but I was just kind of like sipping slow. And I think I had like one drink the entire night.
I don't know how many drinks I had. I remember the last thing I remember was taking shots with my sister on live, like just going in.
Damn, why ain't nobody call me for the live? Why ain't y'all trying to add me, bitch?
I could have added you. I didn't know what I wasn't sure.
Damn, I would have got on for that. Now we gotta start doing that, bitch. I told you I'm gonna start getting on live and just calling you guys.
Yeah.
Don't call me on my phone. I'm gonna start being like the millennials. Don't call me on my phone. Call me on Instagram.
Not call me on the gram.
Call me on the gram, huh? Period. But listen, I know after the live, bitch, I know you jumped on what I jumped on because I was on Trap Karaoke. Trap Karaoke took place virtually this New Year's, of course, because things transitioned because Rona wanted to try to knock things out again. This New Year's was New Year's and in the living room, and the dance battles was battling.
It was living room against
it was battling, okay?
How they used to play on Dance 360? Head to head.
Listen, that shit was like tag your man. The living room throwdowns. I remember this one round. I think it probably was like the second or third dance battle. Bitch, the bitches won all the way through. It was like 4 or 5 bitches. I'm like, that's me and my girlfriends. They was going to fuck hard. They was tagging me. They was battling with strategic. Okay, they like, bitch, you send the first 2 up first. The remaining background beans, 2-step temptation style. It was rotating around.
You had the old heads. The old heads was bringing out their retro magazines.
They was. First of all, and when they had the bald head baby bounce, okay, because it seemed like every other family had a baby on their hip with somebody in the screen that was barely. I said, oh, hell no. Why is there so many kids in the screen? They're supposed to be asleep. Oh my God. Every 5 minutes I was saying, why is there so many kids that I'm seeing?
Reminded me of that. Reminded me of recently that night we just went out and it was a literal child.
Oh my God. Mary had a little lamb.
The way we got up and left that establishment was too.
We said, stop. We had daddy's daycare.
Is that a high chair?
Yes. We said, oh, bitch, I know you lied. We at the wrong place. Bitch, we came out to get lit. We did not come out to fool with the Rugrats, bitch. We did not come to a baby shower. Okay? We came to throw down, throw that ass in the circle, and that's on Jay. Just like they was in their living room on New Year's. Throwing that ass in the circle. Bitches was jumping on the ottomans. I said, that would have been me. Throwing that ass in the circle on the ottoman. Bring off the chairs and the couches, because y'all know I like to stand over. Y'all know that's my line. I go into the club, go to the parties, bring out the chairs and the ottomans and the couches. Yes, and bring in the cats, because I'm finna stand on them. Yep, bring in the fucking kids. But yes, I'm hoping that you guys all enjoyed your New Year's Eve safely, you know, whether it was indoor or outdoors. You know, I hope you guys had a good turn up and shit. Hopefully, New Year's Eve going into 2023 will be a better vibe. Hopefully, 2022 is a better vibe overall as a year, because we all know that 2021 killed us. And you know, RIP to those who they actually took out literally. So peace and blessings to you all as we try to perspire and aspire to have a better new year. So let's jump right into the what's been going on, bitch. These polls. Okay.
Jump right in.
We was out for a week, y'all. So y'all know we was out for a week. We took off the first week of the New Year's to let y'all get your party and your relaxation on, just as we were. But girl, we hit up a few instances that took place over the holidays, and we wanted to get the drive's opinion. So let's start off with the holiday dinner. So the holiday dinner was a receipt that, you know, you found over, you know, on the blogs during the holiday times, and it was a receipt that a family left at Applebee's. Now, the receipt that was left for the waitress, and by the way, the waitress was afraid to go back to work because she received this receipt. Now, I was a little bit iffy on that. I wasn't too sure why she was necessarily scared to go back to work, but nevertheless, that took me far. The bill was about $79, $76, somewhere around there. Let's round it up to $80. They left the waitress a $6 and some change tip, and then wrote a note saying the service was good. Holidays are just tough right now. So we wanted you guys' opinion on whether the waitress was wrong or the family was wrong, because again, in this instance, the waitress was a little fearful to go back to work due to the circumstances. Well, you guys showed your asses in these poll comments, because it was a big half and half. It was a little bit of a confliction. So I'm just going to I'm going to read off a few of the responses, because I was a little bit taken back. I'm not going to lie. Was you? I was definitely taken back. So we had one response that said it was the waitress's fault. Another said it was the family. Actually, two others said it was the family. There was one response that said it was neither of the parties' fault, neither the waitress or the families. And we had one party said it was the family's fault. The family should have did takeout. That's absolutely unacceptable. The note makes it 1,000 times worse. That's the response I agree with. The last response said the family should have just did takeout, and the note makes it 1,000 times worse. That's me all the way. Now, no, I didn't answer my own poll, so it was just another tribe member that agreed with me. But that's 1,000% agreed, because y'all should have stayed your asses home. If times was that rough, why the hell did you go out to eat?
I understand, and I see where that perception comes from. I can't say that it's wrong, but I also want to add to just to say, because I got experience, you know, in the service industry. I was a waitress for some time. It's better than them leaving nothing. It's better than them leaving.
But it's like nothing. The writing the note would have been better than them writing nothing. You know, writing nothing would have been better too.
I can't with you. No, not necessarily. I mean, at the end of the day.
You think the note didn't make it worse?
The note, but see, I want to play devil's advocate with that, because at least.
All right, come on, devil. Come on, Satana.
They felt bad. And listen, I feel where y'all coming from, but you got to think of
you feel bad ass home.
We don't know what kind of year that family was having. Maybe they just all wanted to be out somewhere. And I know that sometimes it may not be the conservative. You know, people are giving you good service and they deserve to get what they deserve to get. But let's be serious. You know, you're at Applebee's. Okay, you spent $80. I'm going to say both sides of this. You could stay home and get a meal, but also, what if you just want to have a nice meal outside? And honestly, to be honest, I'm gonna keep saying it. It's better than leaving nothing.
You could have ordered pizza. You could have ordered pizza. If you want to have a nice meal outside, you could have ordered something else. That's embarrassing. At the end of the day, I felt like as a family, you should have felt embarrassed. And whoever the head of the family was should have felt even more embarrassed. Like, no, you should know. You should have just left the cheap ass tip, because there's people who do that. And let's be clear.
And I
I'm
feel
a person who did. It's people who do that because let me play. Since we playing devil's advocate, let me play the bitch. Don't shoot me on, but I didn't use to tip. Okay, all my friends know that. Used to. Okay, this was back in the day because I used to be like, much like the tribe members who probably felt like it was the waitress's fault. I used to feel like, okay, you chose this profession, you could have chose to do anything else. You know, I don't have to go out to eat, just like you don't have to choose to be a waitress. But I've since then grown up, thank God. And now I tip, but I do say, like Chuck said, my tip is based on my service. Because I start off at that 20%. I'm just, I'm actually, I get it. It's a hustle. We all have these different styles and types of hustles. And I've definitely had hustling jobs that I had. So I get it. I'm going to start you at that 20, but you don't do what you're supposed to do. You're not attentive. My meal's fucked up. You don't, all of that. That starts getting off the chopping block. Your tip starts chopping down. So if you chop yourself from 20% to 2%, that's on you.
Oh, definitely, because you
have a job. So I feel like in that aspect, you could have just treated it like, I'm not going to say treated it like she gave you bad service, but you could have just left the fucking shitty ass tip and not said anything. I felt like writing a note is not going to make her feel like, oh, well, they tipped me tea, but they tipped me cheaply, but they felt bad. Like, bitch.
Yeah, because ultimately that's what because it is what it is.
But that really depends on what type of waitress, what type of person that waitress is. Because a bitch like you would be like, bitch, I know you lying.
And honestly, judging by her response, I feel like there's a lot that plays into this because it's different if you could honestly tell that they're like they must have been having a hard. Sometimes you can just tell when you're a waitress and you'll be surprised. Like you have to, it's like bartending. It's like
I read the room. I get it.
You have to read people's minds. Like you have to, pick up on body language, make sure that they're, give them great service. So if you see them at the table and they just looking like they ain't been nowhere, that they just needed to get out and lift their spirits or whatsoever. If they weren't rude to you and nasty and you will know that you gave them, good service and that's honestly all they could afford, that's probably honestly all they could afford. Again, they could have stayed home. I'm with you on that one. They could have absolutely positively stayed home.
So your ass home.
Or got groceries.
Stay your cheap ass home.
Absolutely. They could have got
It's supposed to be the year for you to be out. Stay your cheap ass home.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like it was like a piece of guilt in their heart somewhere. Like
that's exactly what it was. And I don't need guilt, especially during the holidays. Like the fuck, ain't the holidays hard enough for most people?
You're right. You never know, and I just think there was more to it. That's the reason why her response was. Maybe people are just. Maybe she feels like people are just, it could have just been the experience she had with the family overall, because she could have just felt like, well, for as much as y'all was running me around, because again, we don't know how many people were eating. We don't know what they ordered. It was $80 Applebee's bill. They could have got a
couple super 20s.
Yeah. So it's just like, you never know if they had her running. She probably was just like, oh, they ran me across the floor, or they was just real like rude or whatever like that. She like, I'm scared, because if that's everybody's attitude that's coming in and leaving her bad tips, then maybe she just had a bad day. Like that could be it too. Like everybody that's coming in here won't so much, but barely giving me anything, and I'm giving them top tier customer service. That can be a strain sometimes. Listen, every job comes with its pros and its cons. Like you giving people.
That's why you bring a different perspective to this, because you used to be in the industry. You bring a different perspective. I understand, but I still don't give a fuck. There's still some shit that you base home. I'm standing on that.
I'm just trying to peel back all the layers, whatever. So yeah, that's how I see that. But not to drag that out. But definitely could have stayed home and made their own meal. But definitely leaving $6 for $75, $80 bill.
Yeah, like what?
It's not like, acceptable.
I'm afraid to even do the math on that, because I really do think it's like not even 5%.
Christine, shut the fuck up.
All right, moving on. Nevertheless, we're going to move on to some more holiday bullshit. We did another poll. We wanted to know how you guys felt about holiday proposals. Y'all know Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Valentine's Day. The family's on there. Oh, Kiki, will you marry me? Do you love me? And let me tell you something, baby. The TEHO tribe of the 205 said, hell no. The poll was 100% no. The tribe is not here for holiday proposals.
I'm not for it either.
And I am right there with you. I think that was a unanimous agreement. I was so surprised actually to see that because actually I put it up on my personal page as well, and it was slightly different. I think it was like 87% no.
Okay.
And I'm like, for the few people who say yeah, it was just like, really? Like, y'all want that
So,
cheesy
no.
effect? I feel like that's so lazy. It's so lazy. So
like
fucking lazy. You made no effort to plan it, to be make it nice for me. You just went, oh, everybody won't be there anyway. Then we just take this shot while the whole family won't be there. No, that's fucking lazy, dude. I'm not with it, and I'm definitely saying no.
And also the unselfish side of me, and it might sound ass backwards and retarded, but like for it to be something that is grand and memorable, you would have to go above and beyond to outshine the holiday that's already happening and take away from the moment from everybody else that's celebrating this holiday and making it all about me.
Right, so everybody forgets about the holiday pretty much. Yeah.
Just a regular day, like that. A regular fucking day. And the only day that I consider a holiday that I wouldn't be too upset with would be my birthday. But of course, we have plan different things and things like that. But that's a day that is about.
I mean, why? Because it's your birthday. Everybody's birthday is their personal holiday. I feel like so that's fair. That is absolutely fair. That day is already about me.
Don't hit me with the Walgreens razzle dazzle with that little bear from the corner of 58th Street under the tent on February 14th. If you're gonna push up on me with a ring talking about no.
If it's a regular casual dinner, it's just that we had a bomb ass nice dinner, we got dressed up, or even if we stay home and it's just a really nice, intricate, special dinner, that's okay. But don't add that motherfucking beer to it. The beer makes it cheesy. The bear makes it cheesy. The bear in the box of chocolates.
The box of chocolates. You never know.
The box of chocolates. Yeah. The bear in the box of chocolates it gives it very much cheese.
It's giving gump.
Yeah, it's giving cheese whiz.
Giving cheese whiz.
No, real shit. It's giving cheese, no government. Real shit. We not with that, and the tribe not with that shit either. So we even got to spend much time on that because that was just a flat ass. No, never, not gonna happen.
Yeah, make it special. I mean, I don't even care if I wake up and it slipped on my finger.
Yes.
But you wake up and you
like how when the Tyler Perry bitch that bitch woke up, she said, she would have hit it.
Be done fainted at the face bowl. Be done fainted at the face bowl. Like,
girl.
First of all, let me get these nails about the screen. Like they ain't done.
Girl.
Anyway.
I ain't gonna be like, I'll probably be cheesing. That probably be the best way to wake up and that shit on my finger. I'll be
child.
Hell yeah.
What's the pancakes? What's the
girl, I be rubbing his head all day.
Bling, bling. That's how I'm gonna call you. Bling bling. Every time I
bling bling. Yes, honey. Wedding ring with a lot of bitty bling bling. Yes.
My fucking nerves. But yes.
Yes, okay. So yes, that wraps up the what's going on. We wanted to check out and see what's been going on in the poll, see how you guys felt. So moving on to the first topic. Ooh, actually the holiday bullshit slides us right into it.
Oh yeah.
We discussed the proposals. That's a flat out no. We don't like that. So let's move on to what goes on before the marriage, the lies, the excuses, the bullshit that people have to get through before they get to the point of a union. So lies and or excuses to get out of a date. Have you been given or gave any crazy ass lies or excuses to get out of a date? Like what's
I was tired and I was working late. That
was one of the main ones that came up on the responses in the tribe. I was working late.
Okay.
That was definitely
one. For me personally, it's more so because I'm not gonna date. So it's more, and especially at this age, that I am now. Like, I feel like it's pointless to go on a date with somebody that you're not generally interested in. Like, I don't have time to sit in front of you and fake the funk. There has to be some type of connection. You have to have some type of conversation going or something like that. Because even if we're not gonna be a thing, sometimes you gain a friend out of it, honestly.
Yeah,
so,
I've definitely done that.
So I'm not gonna give too many excuses now. I will say most of the time for me, it's been, if it is an excuse that I have to get out of a date, it's because it's somebody that's pursuing me that I've never been out with, and they just won't stop trying to get me to go out on a date with them. It's just like,
that's annoying. I feel her raise.
Oh, me too. But at that point, I'm just saying anything because I want you to get the point. Like, I need you to leave me the fuck alone. And I don't want to, and niggas is crazy. You don't want to be saying all that. It's the same that you got to think that way. And we've talked about that before on the pod, like how niggas can be just so aggressive and it don't take all that. But I just feel like that's more so my case. I've never had to say nothing like super crazy. Like, I don't like to say shit because then if it really happened, you're like, oh, I got into a car accident, or oh, some shit. No.
Oh, I definitely kill people who already did.
See, you want to help.
I've done that. I haven't done it in a long time, but I've definitely killed people who already did. How I'm going to have they already did? They ain't coming back.
My baby.
They ain't coming back.
You know what?
They're not.
In their grave though. They trying to say, bitch, why you kill me twice? Shit.
Listen, let me tell you something. Y'all be all right. Y'all listen. At least y'all wasn't here to feel it twice.
They don't want to scrape when they listen. They don't want to scrape to heaven.
I'm walking in hell. I'm walking to heaven. They're gonna be like, bitch, I know you lied.
You fucking lie. I kid with you.
Listen, my favorite line to get out of and it's not even an excuse, but it is an excuse. My favorite line is, I'm tired.
I didn't have a nigga tell me he had to babysit before, and I just don't understand how you babysit your own child. I just don't. So just say you don't want to go. That just came to my mind. That happened to me one time. I just felt like just
not babysit.
Yeah, like you can't babysit.
Girl.
In my head, you will never be able to be. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a mother or a father. I don't care if you're whatever your pronoun is as a parent, whoever the fuck you be. You can never babysit anyone that you're responsible for, whether you're a guardian or they slid on out your balls or your vagina, or you signed a paper for them. Shit.
I know that's the fuck right. Well, bitch, let me read y'all a couple of responses that we had from the tribe, because they definitely weighed in on the crazy ass excuses given or used to get out of a date. We had one tribe member say, I'm sick, because technically it's not lying, because I'm sick in the fucking heat. These niggas out here telling niggas they sick and they just straight up not sick. I'm just sitting here concerned about fucking. So that's like the same as killing somebody who not dead.
Yeah, Jesus is
really like,
he's on his way back.
I mean, he is, but can he come get me first and take me to the line?
Okay, can you round up the troops, please?
Hey. And listen, and we have a few others that came in from one other member. She said, one is, I don't have a babysitter. So that was actually the opposite of what you just mentioned, that he had to babysit his own child.
I mean, pretty much, it's the same shit. It's the same thing when you think about it, because if you don't have a babysitter, well, I guess your ass stuck babysitting your kids.
Right. One was, I got a toothache, and that actually sounds like pretty real. Like, you really can't tell nobody that they don't have a toothache. I guess depending on how often, how much you talk to them, and like hearing the impact of their voice. And the other was, I got diarrhea. I don't think I would use that one.
Oh, you know, they don't need to know that.
I don't think I'm using that on the get out of a date. Oh, but
yeah, no,
maybe not to go on one, but maybe to leave one. I can see you that one to leave one. Yeah, I can see you using it to leave one.
Which is the same
thing. That's a little bit extreme though. Like, I got diarrhea. Like, you got calling from the bed from like, I got diarrhea. That gotta be somebody that you. Right. I've never done that. I feel like that definitely gotta be somebody that you absolutely positively don't want to see again.
Right.
Because you know what I mean? Like, that's some crazy shit to say. Yeah, like that's some crazy shit to say. So you gotta call that nigga like you call him from the store, like you gotta put the voice on. You know me, I'm an actress. I can't. And then try to flex the toilet and hang the phone up. You gotta turn on the whole scene.
You deserve an Emmy, a Golden Globe, something. You are so annoying, like so annoying.
Listen, you gotta turn on the whole scene for these motherfuckers. Sometimes you gotta go to the extreme to get yourself out of some shit.
The tribe was with the shits.
Listen,
the shit.
the tribe, see, this is why I fuck with the tribe, because they be right with the shits, right with me. You see what Miss says she's sick in the head? That's a sick individual.
I believe her. Mm-hmm.
And bitch, I know she's sick in the head because that was one of my friends. I know her.
Call it being self-aware.
When I saw the name, I said, "Oh shit, bitch! I know you ain't lying."
It's serious self-awareness. We gonna cheers today. Amen. In 2020, we is aware.
And there it is. Y'all know we very self-aware around these sports. Y'all know we practice self-awareness very much so. That's rule number one. Keep your gloves with you and practice self-awareness.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. That was funny as shit. Has there been any other? I don't know. Is that I'm not too sure if I've been giving any crazy ass excuses to get out of a date. If I might be too dumb or too naive to know if it was. I'm not sure. I mean, I've had niggas just say, I'm just not coming.
That too. That'll work.
I mean, I've said that.
I can't go. I've actually had a migraine before, but that was real life though. That was real life.
I've actually told somebody they're getting on my nerves and left the date.
Absolutely.
I actually forgot about that. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm not enjoying this. This is not enjoyable for me. You're bothering me. You're getting on my nerves, so I'm going to leave now. And I forgot about it. Yeah.
That's all right. And there's nothing wrong with that.
And who the fuck? Well, yeah, I'm about to say, who the fuck was going to tell me it wasn't? Because he was going to get, listen, he was going to get checked worse than a Nike bitch fucking with me. Okay. Shit, I know he lied. But yeah, I think that, I think moving, as we get older, we shouldn't be giving lies and excuses to get out of dates or to give to people, period. I think we should just be being honest.
Just don't date them.
Yeah, in general, just be being honest. Or if you realize you don't fuck with them, you don't like them, and some shit has turned you off, just be honest. You know what? This was cool at first, but now I'm really not feeling it, so I don't think I really want to move forward. And
that's like, bitch, fuck the free food. Yeah. Fuck all that. Fuck the drink, free drink.
What fans say to say, go ahead and free yourself.
Because it's not like you getting paid to spend all that time getting yourself together. That takes time.
That's young days and all some shit. Like that's young boy days. All right, I'm gonna just go out to get something because I've done that before. Like I'm gonna just go because I'm bored and I'm hungry. I ain't got shit else to do type shit. I've done it, but and definitely never liked the nigga or never seen him again. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, but we too old for that shit nowadays. Like if I'm not feeling you, or if we go on a date and something went wrong, I can just tell you, yeah, I'm not feeling it, you know. And to avoid, and I get it. Some people might be afraid of the pushback, and I do think that's what a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are afraid of the pushback, or maybe afraid of how much information they've already exposed to this person about themselves, especially if maybe it's some shit like they know where you live or where you work or some shit like that. And again, y'all gotta slow down with these motherfuckers. You know what? You shouldn't be dating somebody and it's only been 2 weeks, a month, and they already know where the fuck you live. No ma'am and no sir. I'm very strategic, but nevertheless, but that depends on how patient you with the person too individually. So that's to each his own. I'm gonna take that back. That's to each his own. But nevertheless, be honest. Tell them what the fuck it is. If it's not, you know, I think people are afraid of the pushback, like the the why, and they don't want to explain themselves, so they start lying. So to avoid all of that, block button. Say what you gotta say, and then block them.
That's it.
That's easy. I do that all the time. That's very easy. So you say I wasn't feeling it. Boom. Make sure it's in. Make sure it say delivered. Boom. Block. That's very simple. You don't got to worry about the why, this and that. And then if you end up saying, oh, well, what happened? Listen, I told you, I wasn't feeling it, and I just didn't feel like explaining myself. You have the right to not feel like explaining yourself. Let's be very, very clear. Words out. So grow up, people, and just let them know what it is. Fuck it. Period. Okay? So, anything else we got to indulge in on the topic of lies, excuses, dates,
No,
and all of that bullshit?
Talked about it, and definitely enough. What's the next topic?
Chad, what the fuck what are you doing? You can just tell you tuned in to something else. Tune back into the people.
I'm not. I'm waiting for us to go to I'm literally waiting for us to go to the next topic. Literally.
Oh, but you was waiting for me to give them my statement. Oh, well, bitch, fuck you. Yeah. Next topic. Well, bitch, get into the next one then. Get into it.
I guess overrated sexual things. We talked about this before. But go ahead and go through the polls and see what people had to say. We could do that.
Yes. So I do have those. So first and foremost, we did have a poll that we posted and we asked, was aggressive sex normal? There was another 100% unanimous agreement that no, aggressive sex was not specifically normal for the average person. So I thought that was interesting, especially when you hear just casually a lot of guys talking about how they do shit. I think a lot of guys specifically, they gas themselves up when they have conversations about sex, but they really don't be doing all of that shit. And I think if there's an appearance that aggressive sex is normal, and it's really not, because we really know what's going on behind closed doors.
Not even just that, just the way we just like simply explain what she said from the post that I was referring to, and I saw it was from another show, and the Shade Room had reposted it, and she was specifically talking about the vernacular we use around sexual experience, period. She wasn't even just talking about the act of aggressive sex. Right. She was more so talking about how people speak about it.
Refer to it,
so, you know, beat the pussy up, knock that shit out like fight night.
And that's what I'm saying. I think men just casually, they use those terms to gas themselves up. And knowing really damn well that that's not how, they're not even that aggressive in the bedroom.
And I think so. Maybe it sounds worse because of the way we talk in our culture, period. Because when I think about the way other cultures talk about, like, you know, sex, or how, like, the words that they use, like they might talk about having rough sex and shit like that, and it might throw you off guard. And it can sound just as vulgar, but sometimes it really makes you wonder, like, is it really normal the way we speak about that? And it's just like, oh, you don't have to speak that way, or you don't have to have rough sex for it to be enjoyable. So I don't know why that's always the go-to. So it's so weird. Just like, why not make it sound like a more comfortable and pleasurable experience? Why does it have to sound so fucking rough? Like, I don't know.
It's interesting that you say that, because one of our negative thing. Right, and it's interesting that you said that, because one of our tribe members actually responded to that specific poll about, you know, the overrated things about sex, and he stated that everyone knows making love is the best sex. That deep, slow stroke with the passionate kiss and a little eye contact. When you mix them with quick strokes with the deep, slow strokes, you got a stalker. When you just beat it up, sometimes she won't even come. You gotta use what you got to get what you want, Kings. And I think that was absolutely right on point. That was absolutely on point. You gotta use what you got to get what you want. Yeah, all that rabbit fucking and humming. Yes, he was absolutely right. When all that beating it up, she won't even come. That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. It's a whole song. Whole damn song. Whole song. And again, I think a lot of it stems from our music. Speaking of music, come on, say come on.
Because he cares.
He does. And I think that was a perfect response, and I'm glad that it came from one of our male followers.
Absolutely.
Because it showed the sensual and the respectful side of men, that you know, we get it, we can get into the aggressive shit, we can get into the rough shit, but let's be clear, let's know what's for real, let's know what really takes her there.
And how you handle a lady.
Yeah, because I'm a lady.
Because you can get the job done.
Come on, Kilo, no, with the braids, bitch. K-E-Y.
You can get the job done without being rough, hun.
Yeah. Because let's be clear, depending on what type of sex it is, you better not be rough. First of all, you better not wake me up in the middle of the night trying to drag me to hell across the fucking bed.
This is more like he dragging that ass down my
To be honest, I feel like only certain types of sex are appropriate. Like I feel like for being aggressive or rough, I feel like drunk sex is appropriate for being rough. Like if you coming in like after a late night or something, and typically you might be drunk or inebriated or something. So I feel like that's appropriate. Maybe if you pull like an all-nighter or something, I feel like that's appropriate for rough sex. Quickies. I feel like. I'm just thinking about like something random. What if you like on vacation or something? Like something like vacation sex is appropriate for rough sex.
You might feel like you woke up after. You might feel like you was in an MMA match the previous night. I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that, you gotta, certain types of sex are appropriate for aggressive. Vacation sex is appropriate. Say it again. Wait, you breaking up? We gotta have the people hear you. I can't say it again. You breaking, bitch. You breaking.
You hear me? I said I'm gonna be like this.
I saw the movement, bitch. We saw the movement, but all we could see was you laughing. We couldn't hear you.
Sorry, y'all. I'm cracking the fuck up.
I can't. So for those of you guys who can't see and hear her appropriately, she pulling all these crazy ass moves. She's being dragged aggressively through the sex session. TikTok and that bitch.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely feel like those are the more appropriate, stages to have like rough sex. So what do you think going into that? What are some of the most like overrated sexual positions or like things to do in the bedroom for you?
And I'll say it again, shower sex. But can we go to that poll so we can laugh because they fucking stupid. Because somebody
say it one more time.
I'll say it once and I'll say it again. The shower is slippery and fucking dangerous, and I don't want to hear
shower sex is definitely overrated.
When nobody's fucking porcelain.
First of all, when we talk about porcelain, I slip half the time when I'm in the shower by myself. So I don't need to be in there with nobody. Second of all, I need all the water. I don't want to be cold. The moment that shower water get off, you just feel that brisk of a breeze of the rest of the bathroom air. That's not. I don't need that. I don't want that chill going across my fucking ass crack and no, thank you.
Yeah, because it ain't giving comfort. Let's be clear.
It's not. It's definitely not giving comfort. It's not giving comfort. So of course we wanted to hear from y'all again, and we wanted to know what was some of the most overrated positions. We have one that says overrated. 69, because that's way too much going on at one time.
I fucking agree.
And I saw it and I bust out laughing, but I was like, you know what? The older I get, the more overrated I feel like the 69 position is too.
I felt like that from the beginning. I'm
like, yeah. Actually, I didn't used to like it, but when I got into it, I was just like, this shit is a lot of fucking work. And it don't matter. It doesn't matter who's on top. It's a lot of fucking work.
I don't.
It's a lot of fucking work. Like you damn, like Simone, like your jaw muscle and your neck, man. And I was listening. Y'all know I was in a car accident. My shit get a little stiff after a while. I can't.
I hate you.
I don't need to be.
This is too much going on for me. Too much at one time.
It is a lot going on between the legs, between the extremities.
You're trying to focus on what you're doing while they're doing what they're doing, and it's too. You got to think. You have to use your brain too much in order to.
Right, you do, and I never enjoy. I will honestly say that I never enjoy 69. I will never get pleased on 69 because I'm so focused.
Not really.
Huh?
I said I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there and say the same shit because I've never really enjoyed that shit. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah, I've never really enjoyed it because again, like you said, you trying to focus on being enjoyed while enjoying someone else, and it's just like I can't focus on trying to come because I'm trying to, It's too much.
I
feel like
each time,
what's the robot name?
It's either you got to overpower them and take over and just take
over.
Yeah,
I feel like either at some point, very quickly, somebody has to take over, and it doesn't end up being a 69 anyway. So it's just like, what's the point? What's the point? So yes, shout out to you, Tribe member, for that. 69 is definitely overrated in these books over here. To each his own. For anyone who does not feel like that, to each his own. This is why we are a non-discriminatory podcast. We do not shame. We do what you want to do, but that's just not what we're here for.
That's not what we're here for.
Now this next one is funny as fuck, and it's going to be interesting. Oh, shit. We had another follower that said one of the most overrated sexual positions is the pretzel, because I can't move, bitch.
She said,
oh, bitch. She said, I can't breathe.
Not even if it comes
She said, keep your eyes on me. I get too much pressure.
Regardless of the cream cheese, there's no pretzel for me.
Oh, bitch, I'm hollering, not the cream cheese. Oh, God, no. Oh, no, y'all gonna make me cry up in this bitch. Please, y'all gonna make a ledge fall off. No, seriously. Now, I used to couldn't breathe in the pretzel. Now, when I was a little bit heavier, I couldn't breathe, but the opposite thing was my legs wasn't as tired. That's the catch-22. I feel like when you're a little heavier, your legs can handle the pretzel position more.
I don't know, because
I feel like because of the pressure, because when you in the pretzel, it's about a third maybe of his weight that's on you.
Yeah, but you gotta think of it if you fluffy and your diaphragm is being pushed in, you can't breathe. You don't have good control over
Right, again, that depends on how fluffy you are. Like if you got a inflated stomach, or maybe that's what I said. If you just bottom heavy, just out of shape. That's what I'm saying. When I was a little bit heavier, I was bottom heavy, so it was a little bit more comfort then. But remember I pulled that hamstring when I was 21 that I didn't let heal correctly. So the pretzel, although I like it be fucking me up.
You ain't getting no dip on your chips, like.
That better not be the title of this fucking episode, I swear. Oh my God, you keep waking up.
Can you hear me?
No, I can't. I feel like when you start laughing, I thought because your laugh is so fast, it goes in and out. Like it's not catching up with the, you know what I mean? Like with the signal. But we're fine. We're absolutely, we big bitch. We big like no. Cheers. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So that was funny as hell. Okay, absolutely funny as shit. So yeah, I do think that it's not overrated. I think this might be overrated depending on what size you are. What size you are. We have another follower that said doggy style is overrated. And I think doggy style is overrated because it's the average person's favorite position. What the hell are you over there dancing to?
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, y'all. I really did just interrupt you. I'm sorry. I'm jamming right now.
Well, can you let us in on the vibe, bitch?
Okay, but they said that was overrated. Now,
and the bitch stops the vibe and jumps right back into the top. You know what? This episode is going to be ghetto.
I was on a different frequency.
This episode is going to be ghetto.
Anyway.
Every time she get these fucking braids in yours, she turns into a fucking Jamaican, okay? And I don't know when she's on somebody's fucking dance floor, she interrupted the whole fucking topic. What about this? Let us know what song is playing in your head, please. Can you feel me again?
I need a romantic call. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's.
Do you like doggy style? I love doggy style, personally.
But that's what I'm like. Well, how is it? I don't know if it's overrated or that's what I was getting to. My statement was I don't know if it's overrated or you just don't know what you're doing.
I think, and it came from a guy. I think I think it's only considered overrated because it's the average of everybody's favorite. Because if you think about it from a woman's perspective, of course, that's like one of the deepest penetrations that we get in a sexual position from a man. So of course, right, because of the angle, so you can see why it would be a favorite for us. Yeah, you can see why it would be a favorite.
Absolutely, for us, from the woman's perspective.
Absolutely.
Of course.
And from a man, of course, and again, I don't know what the fuck pussy feels like, but I would feel like if we get the deepest penetration from you guys and you guys can feel the entire pussy, then why wouldn't it be a favorite for you as well? So, I mean, I don't know. I can think, no shade to this member. Maybe it's your penis size. Because if you're shorter,
Maybe.
if you're shorter or if you're slimmer and your woman is thicker, that might make you feel a little bit insecure because it's some, you know. Think about it. Think about the
skinny guys. I don't know.
They're probably the skinny niggas with the big dicks. Think about the smallest penis you ever had sex with.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, of course, I don't know, but would you want him to hit you from the bed?
I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't small to the point where it was just like...
That's not good enough for me.
What you mean?
Your response, it wasn't bad, it's not good enough for me. So to me, I would feel like, no, you wouldn't want him that continue to happen again.
No, yeah, that's the best way you want to get it. That's the best way, honestly. You know what I mean? Think about it. If they're not super big, if they just regular, that's one of the best positions for a regular size penis. It really is, especially, I mean, if they know, especially when they know what they're doing. Like, you don't have to have a big ass, again, rough sex doesn't mean it's good. Let's just put that out there.
And good sex doesn't mean the dick is super mean either.
Exactly. But and what I'm trying to say is the smallest penis I ever had necessarily wasn't bad, but I wouldn't, and to me, if you wouldn't want them to fuck from the back, it was terrible. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
that's how when you said it that way, I'm just like, I get what you're saying. For a smaller penis, that might be the only position you actually get to feel something in. Because I'm damn sure not getting on top. And we can't do missionary because it's not going to be enough space. It's going to be too much space in between you and me. See, that's why I just prefer big dicks. But nevertheless, not mean demons. I don't want you.
I'm with you. Yeah. Because this is
all right. It's not. That was all I was gonna say. That's it. I ain't got nothing else to say on that. No thank you. No thank you.
All right.
So that is.
You might know. The last topic, so we might as well hop into the boss of the week.
Yes. Dum, 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 dum. Oh, bitch, I'm excited as shit for this boss of the week because, bitch, we played this game more than once on the show. We introduced it on our anniversary.
Which, by the way, I just want to mention in this episode because
yes, ma'am. What do you want to mention? Hey, slow down. We want to make sure they hear you. Chuck, slow down. We want to make sure they hear you. Yeah. Say it again.
I was saying, by the way, I want to make sure that we don't just gloss over this. I'm going to mention this again because some people completely missed it. So I didn't find out till I was on CME morning show Wednesdays. By the way, I know this man. But anyway,
you're frozen, though. We can hear you.
He said, "What happened to the footage?" And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?"
Yes.
And I'm like, "No, we put on a message saying that, we got it. what happened was we had
so we want to apologize for that.
So y'all definitely can check out the audio, and it's a 2-part. So y'all want to catch up on that. It was a really good episode. It really was. So you can definitely find us playing the game a lot. We really played the game in the episode though. So we'll check that out.
Chat right now, you was frozen for whatever reason while you was talking, and you was kind of going in and out. So just for audio purposes, I want to make sure that everybody hears it completely. Chap was saying that before we get into the boss of the week, we wanted to apologize to you guys because Chap, of course, is the first Wednesdays, Women Crush Wednesday on the CME Morning Show every motherfucking Wednesday. And one of the host of CME Morning Show, Connie Kravitz, was asking us what happened to the footage from our 2-part anniversary episode on 11/29. So we apologize to our guests, and we also apologize to you, our audience, that it was some hiccups on the visuals for that episode and we are unable to release it. So yes, the audio is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, but you are unable to view the episode on YouTube due to the technical difficulties. So we do apologize. We're really, really sorry, guys. We're really, really sorry. And we're definitely of course, do our best to get you guys all audio and all video moving forward. Again, shit, y'all, it's just us two. The fuck? We told y'all. First of all, y'all know we social workers, bitch. Okay, don't start y'all shit. Y'all know we social workers first, okay? Y'all know first and foremost, that's what we do. And we creators second. So we're learning this thing a little bit as we go along. Some stuff we knew, a lot of stuff we didn't, bitch. If y'all want to come, if it's anybody out there that want to come and give us a tutorial or class, want to come be a part of the team to help us out, shit, we welcome you. We welcome you. Period. Thank you. Okay, so if you want to be a part of the TEHO team and run with the tribe, bitch, come on over, baby. Shit. So, with that being said, again, we do apologize again about not releasing the visuals for that because of the technical difficulties. So, moving on to Boss of the Week, because this particular Boss of the Week was included honorarily in our episode because we played her game, 5 shots. Yes, 5 shots, bitch. Y'all know that was the crazy questions about if you ever spray paint a man's car, you ever slept with your only friends, boyfriends, all that other crazy shit that we was talking about, and what was being asked. That came from the game 5 Shots. So shout out to you, T Shots Game. Y'all can follow the game and her on Instagram. That is the letter T Shots, SHOTS. Game, GAME. Follow her. Shout out to Carlin Worthy. That is the owner of the 5 Shots Game. And really, if you with your girlfriends or even if you with guys, because clearly we had gals and guys on our anniversary show and the shit got wicked. So if you haven't already, go back and listen to part 1 and 2 of our anniversary episode on the audio because the 5 Shot Game got super fucking real. So shout out to you, Boss of the Week, and it is a Black girl who created the game. Carlin Worthy again, she's a big boss. If you guys want to play the game and look it up and purchase it, it is T Shots Game on Instagram. And that is where you guys can purchase it because shit, that's where I got it. So shout out to you for our Boss of the Week. And we will be, of course, reposting her on our Instagram. So be sure to look out for that on our page at Teachers on 215 Podcast.
Period.
You want to wrap up? We are bringing in now a new part of the segment called, I guess, we're just going to make up some shit. TEHO honors. We just want to honor some different days throughout the month, well, throughout this week, each week, just to bring you guys some awareness to the things that are going on in the community. Yep.
And just let you know what's going on. So there's human trafficking awareness. And, you know, in college, we took a whole course on this.
Yes,
so that actually sticks out a lot to me. It's something that's still an issue, continues to be an issue. It has not stopped. And we have to be mindful and aware that, you know, different things are happening around us. So you want to, you know, be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
So, you know, and Philadelphia has a lot going on. And there's some places I can think of off the top of my head where this shit is happening just like that, like water. So that's on 1/11, bringing awareness to that. And iHeartRadio Awards is going to be on the 13th. So I guess We're going to be looking out for our favorites in the iHeartRadio world and
Yes,
see
ma'am.
what kinds of accolades they gonna be received.
Yes, because as new creators on the podcast world, we want to see where, the people that we kind of look up to per se in the podcast world, and they say kind of see what they gonna be receiving. What's up, y'all? What y'all getting? Don't let them cheat y'all like they do in the Grammys.
Yes, and also, I hate you. I cannot stand you. Also,
Okay,
Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday is coming up. We're not going to be airing on that day. So just, make sure we give him a little shout out.
That's my Uncle Martin Luther the King. Mm-hmm.
Okay, MLK Day all day.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's good. That's all really.
Arizona, y'all gotta get it together. Y'all gotta get it together. I like y'all, Arizona. I'm just saying, every time I think about Martin Luther King Day, I think nobody wants to go to Arizona. That episode of what? Don't let them send their ass to school neither. Martin Luther King Day is holiday, goddammit. Just saying.
It is.
So shout out.
I had a blast when I went there, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. But anyway.
Oh, Arizona. That's an inside. Y'all don't know about it. I'm sorry, y'all. We just had a whole moment. A whole moment, okay?
But yeah, that's all we really have.
Yeah, that is all we have for you guys. That is it. So, listen. Thank you guys for joining us on our very first virtual episode of To Each His Own podcast. We want to make sure that if you guys are not already following us, follow us on your Instagrams at To Each His Own 215 podcast. Follow our social medias. My name is Miss.Lomax. That's Miss with 2 S's, bitch. Okay, and we are on all of the podcast distribution platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google, all of those. So go look us up. Teachers on 215 podcast, bitch. And again, I'm your host, Miss Lomax. Miss Chop, do you have anything else to say before you wrap up?
No, except for it is I. That's it.
It's I. Come on, just.
Y'all about to be calling me Blueberry Pimp in a minute. I know.
Blueberry Pimp.
They don't know me.
They don't know now, Blue Chop. They don't know now, Blue Chop. This episode was super ghetto.
It was. But we just so
it was so fun. I'm about to say it's just us. It's fun. So this is us. So shit, if you gonna drink Chop, you gonna know what it is. The fuck.
All right.
Bye, balloons. So bye, guys. Thank you guys for joining us on another episode. Again, I'm your host, Miss Lomax.
Sunkiss_Chalk signing out, and together we are.
To each his own. Bye.
Bye.